The penultimate.
Here we go again.
DCTF Associated Press rankings are up on TexasFootball.com/rankings. After a facelift in Week 10, or the Week 10 rankings coming out of Week 9. A little more calm, but certainly a lot to talk about in this week's Dave Campbell's Texas Football Associated Press Texas High School Football rankings. Let's start off with Class 6A. In Class 6A, you'll notice at the top, not a ton of change. However, if you dig deeper, you will find that there's a little bit of movement there at the bottom. Specifically, Bridgeland moves up a spot because of Fort Penn Hightower's loss to Fort Penn Ridgepoint. They dropped from 24 or 17 all the way down to 24. Everyone kind of nudges up a spot. Bridgeland up to 17. Euless Trinity up to 18. Cibolo Steele up to 19. Prosper back into the top 20. Brennan there at 21. Shadow Creek and Vandergrift up a spot as well. Denton Geyer, number 22, crashes out of the rankings with their loss to Louisville. And into the rankings, the Hurricanes of Klein Cain knocked Tomball out of the ranks of the unbeatens with a 27-12 win to move to 8-1 on the year, good enough to grab the number 25 spot in the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Associated Press Texas High School Football 6A rankings. Top 5 remains unchanged. Duncanville, North Shore, North Crowley, South Lake Carroll, and Atascocita. Big game this week, number 2 North Shore against number 7 Summer Creek. To 5A we go. 5A Division 1, there are no changes at all. The top 10 remains entirely unchanged, including the top 5. Aledo, A&M Consolidated, Denton Ryan, Highland Park, and College Station. College Station in the barn there with a big win over Pflugerville Weiss, come from behind win to finish the regular season 9-1. They also have the Week 11 open date. 5A Division 2 got a little bit of a shakeup here. Specifically, Nederland loses to Huntsville after their big win over Port Neches Grove. They crash out of the rankings from number 8. P&G moves up to number 8. Iowa Colony moves up to number 9. And state ranked for the first time in program history. Folks, it's time to start paying attention to Prosper Walnut Grove. 8-1. Big winners over Melissa, an opportunity to win their first ever district championship. They are the number 10 team in Dave Campbell's Texas football. The top 5 remain unchanged. South Oak Cliff, Alamo Heights, Texas High, Argyle, and Richmond Randall, your top 5 in 5A Division 2. To 4A we go. 4A Division 1, no changes in the top 9, but down at the number 10 spot we get some changes. El Campo loses again, their second consecutive loss. They drop out of the rankings now, and in their place at number 10, the Porcupines of Springtown in the barn at 9-1 with a big win over Decatur, 41-38. They are now state ranked. Your top 5 in 4A Division 1 unchanged. Salina, Austin LBJ, Alvarado, Stephenville, and San Antonio Davenport. To 4A Division 2 we go, where this was probably where we got the biggest facelift. Brock got absolutely dominated by Graham. They dropped from 2 to all the way out of the poll. Seminole loses to Midland Greenwood. They drop from number 4 out of the poll. And as a result, we got a little bit of facelift. Carthage remains number 1. Sinton up to number 2. The Graham Steers up to number 3 from their spot at number 5. A big win over Brock, 38-0. Wimberley back up to number 4. Pleasant Grove now at number 5 in the rankings. West Orange Stark up to number 6. Gilmer nudges up to number 7. Belleville up a couple spots to number 8. And 2 new teams in the rankings. Hampshire Finette returns to the rankings at 8-1 with a win over Shepherd. And into the rankings, remember Waco La Vega? 6-3 are Don Hyde's Pirates. They get a big win over Waco Connolly. They are back in the rankings at number 10 in the Dave Campbell's Texas football rankings. To 3A we go. 3A Division 1. The top 6, there's nothing to see, but you're going to see some churn at the bottom. Jefferson beats Liberty Ilo 35-34 in a real heart stopper, but they win it. They remain number 6 in the rankings. As a result, Liberty Ilo drops from number 7 to number 9. Winsboro moves up a spot despite being idle. Franklin up to number 8 with their big win over Cameron Yo. Shallowater remains number 10. Top 5 remains unchanged in Malakoff, Edna, Hitchcock, Columbus, and Palestine Westwood. 3A Division 2, exactly nothing to see here. These teams went 9-0. Wall was idle. The top 5 remains unchanged. Gunner, East Bernard, Poth, New Diana, and Wall. To 2A we go. 2A Division 1, exactly nothing to see. 10-0 were these teams, including the top 5 did not surrender a point. Stanford, Refugio, Sunray, Ganado, and Hawley all pitched shutouts, as did Panhandle at number 8 and Hamilton at number 10. So unchanged there in 2A Division 1. 2A Division 2, Little bit of movement here, specifically because of Munster's win over Collinsville. That vaults the Hornets up to number 2 in the state. Very impressive. Albany nudges up to number 3. Groover in the barn undefeated at 10-0 with a win over Farwell. Collinsville drops from number 2 to number 5. And the bottom 5 remains unchanged. Stratford, Windthorst, Wink, Shiner, and Junction Mart still your number 1 team in 2A Division 2. To the 6-man ranks we go, where, let me just spoil this for you, not a whole lot to see here. Top 10 in 1A Division 1, unchanged, including the top 5. Gordon, Abbott, Whiteface, May, and Buena Vista. And 1A Division 2, the same, no changes there. Everyone was a winner with the exception of Oglesby, who is idle. Your top 5 remains unchanged. Jayton, 10-0 to finish the season. Richland Springs, Oglesby, Motley County, and Benjamin, your top 5 in 1A Division 2. And the private school ranks, same boss, new boss, same as the old boss. Top 5 in the 11-man ranks unchanged. San Antonio Holy Cross, Argyle Liberty Christian, Fort Worth All Saints, Dallas First Baptist, and Houston Kincaid. And the 6-man ranks also unblemished there. Houston Emory Weiner, Pasadena First Baptist finishes 10-0. Fredericksburg Heritage, Corpus Christi Annapolis finishes 10-0. And Wichita Christian at 9-0 with a win over Azle Christian. There it is. Your Week 11 Dave Campbell's Texas Football Associated Press Texas High School football rankings. You can find those at texasfootball.com/rankings. Programming note. Next week on this show, we will put out final rankings for the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Associated Press rankings, final regular season rankings. Then the rankings are done, and we're not going to reveal them here on the show because, respectfully, who cares?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Like, the brackets are here. Like, the rankings are fun during the season, but, like, when the brackets show up,
yeah, it's more fun. Predictions.
Exactly right. That's what we're going to do Monday. Our Dave Campbell's Texas Football playoff predictions show. So make sure you tune in for that on Monday. We are Texas Football Today. We're here Mondays and Thursdays on TexasFootball.com. Talking football in the Lone Star State. Follow us on all the socials, wherever you get it.